It took us hours to write a research paper or prepare our cover letter. But today, AI software like ChatGPT can type one up in minutes. Recently, Colombia hosted the first ever virtual court hearing. These are just a few sectors in which AI has taken over. So what does this tech wave mean for us? It is understandable if you are overwhelmed by the speed of tech innovation taking over. If AI can code, where will all the computer scientists go? Or research? And what about art? Worry not, because today's video will uncover Yuval Noah Harari's secret rules to deal with the ever-changing dynamics. His evergreen ideologies will help you cope and create new opportunities. So without further ado, hit the like and subscribe buttons and we will move on to the good stuff. AI's current potential may convince you there's no place for you in the job market. Since it can do many of our recent jobs more efficiently, we believe it will leave us without opportunities. But that's not true. Let's look not too far back. In the 21st century, the most significant job market change was caused not by technology, but by unlocking the potential of half the human species. When women started entering the job market, the number of creative brains doubled. Moreover, it required no genetic engineering or complex alteration. We simply unleashed the capped potential of our society. Harari believes that there is more where that came from and emphasizes this potential. The world might be changing at a fast pace. However, human adaptability isn't far behind either. Next, we reveal how adaptability can help you win the game of life despite consistent hurdles. Number 1. Keep adapting. You believe your worst enemy is the ever-changing environment around you. For instance, Generation Alpha hasn't seen a typewriter anywhere other than a museum, and they would never understand the agony of waiting for a letter to be delivered. On the contrary, just a little older Gen Z has watched people shift from wired landlines to iPhones within a few years. So there's no denying these changes are phenomenal. However, Harari would disagree if you think it is your biggest enemy. According to him, your worst enemy is your rigidity. Learning new things isn't a problem for most people. Instead, it is letting go of the things they learned previously. You spent your whole life learning how to interact with the world. You learned to converse with people and master the norms of society. But wait, now people are living in a virtual world, so now you have to relearn everything you spent a lifetime on. This is where most of us fail. A fashion designer in the real world will find metaverse fashion very different. They can't feel the fabric, color gradients, and patterns. However, they could single-handedly take over the virtual fashion industry if flexible and adapted quickly. Harari believes that adaptability is the key to success in this ever-changing environment. But are you the only one who has to adapt? And even if you do, will that be impactful enough? It won't. Next, we answer why. Number 2. Flexibility on a larger scale. Harari believes you are worrying about the wrong thing. Adaptability isn't a complete solution despite its potential, but we'll get to this later. First, let's look at the job market. We will always have jobs. The job market is changing, not disappearing. When your old job goes, a new one will replace it. So if you are ready for a change, you won't remain unemployed. But you need training and skills since you lost your job and want to enter the upgraded market. You are willing to change but can't find the opportunity for that. This is why I mentioned adaptability isn't the complete solution. Instead, universal adaptability is. Harari states that expecting an individual to change is an overwhelming task. Instead, government bodies and enterprises must get involved. When people lose their job, they initially require financial support. They can't learn a new skill if they can't pay their bills first. This is where large-scale adaptability comes into the picture. The government must create new training opportunities for individuals. Number 3. Telling yourself the right story. Harari believes there isn't a better era to be born in than the current one, and it all depends on what story you are telling yourself. According to him, the collective is the reflection of the individual. So we are what we do, and the reflection from people about how they feel about that action. The two are like peanut butter and jelly. The human brain can't disentangle them. But how to make sense of this correlation? We do it by creating a narrative. This is how we deeply simplify the complexities of change and the dynamics of this world. So is there even a narrative? And if so, what is it? You will understand this if you have read Harari's new book, Unstoppable Loss. Even though it's a kid's book, you can learn many adult lessons from it. It explains that individual identity is closely interlinked with other people. In fact, beyond humans, it is connected to other species as well. For example, you enjoy eating chocolate, right? Where do you think it came from? The Olmecs discovered chocolate in Central America 4,000 years ago. So your love for chocolate symbolizes that there is a tiny piece of Olmecs in you. You can believe in a national narrative, but the reality goes beyond that. Nations have only been around for 5,000 or so years, but humans are a collection of much more. We are intrinsically more diverse than our nationality. Some of us prefer sweet chocolate. Who discovered that? Sugar was found 8,000 years ago in New Guinea, so someone in Qatar who loves sweet chocolate carries a bit of Olmec and New Guinea in them. And it is not just about our culinary preferences, which carry a connection. As kids, we all remember being scared of monsters under our beds at night. That didn't come from a horror movie. In fact, Harari explains it as a historical memory. During the Stone Age, actual monsters, such as predatory animals, would attack and eat children in the middle of the night. If you keep sleeping, the monster will get you. But if you are alert and call your mother in time, you'll be safe. Moreover, calling your mother for help also comes from a deep and innate connection between all mammals. For example, turtles don't care for their offspring like mammals do. Mammals carry the offspring and feed it from their body, but turtles, they lay their eggs and move on. So this deep connection between mother and offspring exists only in mammals, and it exists for all humans, whether Jews, Christians, or Muslims. This is the basis of the 21st century narrative. So if we are so inherently similar and connected, our problems must also be identical. We have a long way to go in understanding ourselves and our world. But if we can come together and look at the world from a different perspective, then we will be able to make progress. Together, we can achieve great things. That is a wrap on today's video. It's all about learning to change with the changing dynamics. The best way to change your life is to find the correct narrative. That is the biological narrative. We are all humans with similar needs and experiences. I hope you gathered some wisdom from today's video. Don't forget to share with friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.